Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Carolina Hägg, and I will be your technical support for this event. And presenting today will be Dina Sotnik, who is a senior solutions consultant from PTC.
Hello, everyone. Okay, now you can see my first slide. Let me start with a brief introduction. First of all, I want to say that I am happy to be here, and thank you for this chance to present to this audience, and thank you for coming to listen to what's new in our PLM solution. A little bit about me. I have mechanical engineering background and 50 years experience, work experience, and 11 years in PLM business, and 2.5 years with PTC. And as Carolina mentioned, I'm senior solution consultant. But before, the name of this position was pre-sales, and I believe that for most of you, it's more familiar position. So today I will be speaking about Windchill and all that happened during a couple of years. And let me jump to next slide. So to have an understanding of what is going on, I decided to share this information about product scheme release. And you might see that every 6 months we are delivering new version of Windchill, PLM solution, Creo View, and ThinkWorks Navigate, and some of them are long-term support releases, and they are highlighted in blue here. And the last release is named Narval, is also long-term support release. It means that most of the customers will want to jump to this release. And I know that for most of the customer, it will be jump from release number 11 to release number 12. So today's presentation will be devoted to what's new in comparison between version 11 to version 12. Main key focuses of PTC when we are developing our solutions are the following. First of all, right now we are thinking about unification and transferring customization into configurations. And we are doing this not only because it makes environment for customer more secure, more stable, and more upgradable, but because we have SaaS future, and we are working hardly on this area. Second focus is about powering the digital thread and digital continuity. And I want to highlight that today's webinar is devoted more on rest of the three main focus key focuses, and webinar that will be held on 30th of March will be devoted particular on digital thread and digital traceability, and will include some more technical information. Third part is about accelerating time to market, and it's about implementing new features, new functions that will allow you, our customer, to be more efficient and to deliver product fast with higher quality and higher visibility. And last but not least, of course, it's customer experience. It's focus to improve performance so that you, our customer, are happy and satisfied with our solution. And based on these four key focus, we have agenda. Let me start with news from IT and business administration area. First of all, I want to highlight that we are working hard to make Windchill easy to upgrade. And if to compare version 11 and version 12, uh, the, this right now it takes less time if to compare with previous 11th releases. And that's because we automatize some things, because we deliver the new strategy for upgrade. And of course, one of the most important thing that we are looking into customization, and we deliver tool for our customer to assess this customization that they have. Right now I'm talking about Windchill Performance Advisor, and this is a super powerful tool that allows you not only to understand about your license usage and understand some feature and function usage and REST service system connected uh, information, but also give a chance you to evaluate your environment in front of customization to understand if your system is highly customized and about the customization, if they are bad or good, if they are aligned with the new security standard, if they are safe, if they are modernized, and if you have to work to recustomize a little bit your system so that it will be, first of all, more safe in the future, and second, ready for our SaaS future. So about the customization, we are also working hard when we are developing our core product, so that we are looking into customization that our customer has, and we are analyzing which customizations are very important and very useful, and lots of customers are using them, and we are turning them into configuration so that it will be the core of the product. And here we have just two examples. We have lots of examples, and reach out to web page and you will find more information. And here I decided just to show you a couple of these examples. First, this is a enumeration. To manage enumeration, before you had to stop Windchill to hardcode these changes in the property files and restart it, and that's how it worked before. But right now it's enough to go to user interface and define it as a configuration, so you don't need to have knowledge about how to do this customization, and it's much more easy and much more fast. You don't need to stop server to implement new ideas and new way of doing things or your business strategy. A second example is banner. It's kind of super simple, but yet before to do this you had to do some customization, and right now you can use user interface to inform all the participants in your user base that something is going on, that it will be some update or something else, or just information. So it's it's small, but it's super representative because we are taking all information from our customer who are sharing this information with performance advisor and transferring uh, to for your benefit. So it will be much easier for you if you are sharing this information with us. Next portion is devoted to card management and performance. And here I want to start with exciting news about Workgroup Manager single release stream. And let me build this slide so that we can see what is going on. This was before. Every release of Windchill was uh, aligned with release of Workgroup Manager, and they were one to one. And right now, we have intermediate releases of Workgroup Manager with backward compatibility. And what does it mean for you? It means that you can use new functionality of Workgroup Manager with your old Windchill without updating it to a new version. This is a first advantage. You can use couple of Workgroup Manager. For example, you have old NX files and you have new SolidWorks files, and you can use new Workgroup Manager for SolidWorks files and old Workgroup Manager for old NX files. And it's super important for our customer. We knew it, and that's why we worked on this. And it's about backward compatibility. And right now we are here. We are already here. So it's already second version with forward compatibility. And what does it mean? It means that you don't have to upgrade in case you want to upgrade Windchill. You don't need to upgrade everything together, all the clients, Workgroup Managers, and Windchill on server. You can do it step by step. You can be prepared for future upgrade, or you can upgrade Windchill and then upgrade to new Workgroup Manager. It gives you a chance to be prepared and not to execute everything in one step. So it's a super powerful feature. Top-down design for heavy cut application was available long ago, and we received lots of requests to do the same for SolidWorks, and we did. So right now it's possible to build the structure from top with SolidWorks, so that you can just create CAD assembly without using CAD at all. You can do it in Windchill instead, and this is available from 12.1. Another exciting news, it's about smart platforms, and let me explain what is it about. Actually, smart platforms, it's something like advanced functionality for family tables and variability that we have in Windchill. And here you can see this curve. And to be honest, it was easy to support this curve than the variability of the number of variants for the product was not too high. But for those customers who were not only changing the design or variants of the modules, but also wants to reposition them slightly depending on some another option and choices, then it was hard to support them, because it was not hard from software perspective, but it was hard to manage and to validate and verify all the option and variants that they have, because they had to store this information into a CAD system about each position of the product. And right now, because we saw the problems here and potential, uh, we created new way of working. This is a smart platforms way, where we are separating position from the design. So right now you have to store only, you have to think and validate only unique design. In case it's changing in position, it doesn't matter, because the position information will stored with kind of skeleton that you might see here, uh, here on the right. And it gives a chance to significantly reduce this effort that requires from engineers to validate these variants and to uh, maintain this number of variants that our customer has. One more advanced feature that gives a chance to simplify the work is inseparable assemblies. And it started from Creo 8, and right now it's available in 12, Windchill 12, but also because it's a super important feature for some of the customer, we uh, did backwards compatibility to the version 11, so you can even use it if you don't want to upgrade to right now to 12, so you can use it even in 11, but with some updates. And what is it about? So for example, you have supplier, and this supplier deliver you assembly with whole list of information, with parts inside, with all the details, but you don't need it. You really don't want to think about all these parts. You want to store only one part that is delivered from this supplier with geometry representation, and that's all. So for this purpose, we have these inseparable assemblies that will be stored in Windchill as in one part. And it gives a chance you to significantly simplify your structure, especially you have a parts that outsourced and uh, that you don't want to manage full information about. Last but not least, in this topic related CAD management, it's performance, and this also super exciting news, especially for those who are working with big assemblies. Of course, if you have lightweight CAD models, it will not be so important for you. But in case you are working with heavy products that takes kind of more than 10 minutes to up to be visualized in the beginning of the day, then it will be super important for you, because right now we invented quick view thumbnails that gives you a chance to upload information visual information without quality lost in kind of 1 minute. And this example is shown with remote server that is located, by the way, uh, absolutely in another geographical location, and it takes kind of 1 minute to upload this assembly that before took 10 minutes to be uploaded, to be visualized. And the benefit here that you can go deeper and deeper with quick view. So if you don't need some information, you will not be pushed to visualize this information, and still you will have the best quality visualization for all of the details that you have. Next portion of my presentation is related to digital thread, and as I mentioned before, it will be a separate session on this topic. And right now I just want to give you some information that I cannot avoid because it's super important. We know that there are challenges when uh, engineers are working in company and they are working in different areas, and they kind of working with the same product but from different perspective, and they are working in silos because one engineer working with requirements, another with model-based system engineering, and third one is working with PLM database, and fourth one with test. And all this kind of separated from each other, and it leads to increased time to market, and maybe problem with quality, and difficulties to be aligned with regulations. And of course, change process, it's not the easiest thing. And to face this challenge, we decided to help our customer to establish traceability across product data uh, that can help to prevent all this that I mentioned before. And that's why we are working hard. We are using OSLC standard to enable this digital thread between different systems. And right now it's possible to connect Windchill PLM system with our own solution for MBSE and requirements, modeler and RMNS and Codebeamer. I don't have it on the slide, but I have it. But also with third-party tools like Doors. And we are working, we have plans to increase the number of supported third-party tools. So manufacturing and process planning. REST services, it's a basement for all the solution that you will see in a couple of minutes. And I will cover about REST services more in the upcoming webinar, but I cannot survive without mentioning this information because it's super important. We are working on REST services to make possible automatization in BOM transformation from manufacturing bill of material to engineering. And this work, we did it from version 11 to latest 12, and lots of things were done, and it's a fundamental thing. It's a basic for rest of the solution. And image link, it's something that also important for for improvement. Let me explain what is it about. It's about using the different representation, geometrical representation of the part. So here on the slide, you might see uh, different belts. It's the same belt, but because it's flexible, it has different representation. And right now you can use this different representation not only uh, in a CAD system, but also in PLM. So for process planning, for illustration, for manufacturing purposes, you can use this image link. And here you have an example of how it might look like. So Creo illustrates sequence. Here we have also this different representation of the same belt, and 3D work instruction also have the same different representation of the same belt. And simulation and manufacturing, basically this is a kind of the result of all this work that have been done for manufacturing. Right now, we are able to integrate with third-party simulation tool to uh, to simulate manufacturing process, to estimate time uh, for gathering information, to integrate process plan that is created in Windchill npm link with different simulation tool. And as an example, yeah, I don't have here example, but I will show example in 2 days in next webinar. There I have an example. So about what have been done for with, for example, IC do. Um, and right now, let me jump to semi-finished and co-produced information. This is a form of fun manufacturing, and for those customers who are thinking about sustainability, this functionality gives a chance you uh, to put more information into system about not only the material that the part was made from, but also in this case you might see that it's possible even to define what was the co-produced parts. So these yellow and blue parts, they are co-produced from this green semi-finished part. And right now it's possible to do with bomb transformer. And in terms of sustainability, it helps uh, to visualize all the information about resources, about material, about the raw material that have been used to produce a number of products. Co-produced parts also important. They can be used uh, with the same process plan. It's super important, for example, for automotive industry, when you have the left and right part there, which are produced the same way, and they are even produced in one go. So right now you are able to define the same process in Windchill. And I believe I covered all that I wanted for today. And of course, it's not the all that I want that we have new in Windchill, because in Windchill we have lots of information, lots of new information that are available on our website. And here just a list, and it's also not full list of the new features. I have not covered information about option and variants and change management. I will cover in the next webinar about document management, about some configuration management. So in case you are interested, please reach out to me. I will be happy to support you here and to give you more information on these topics. Yeah, next webinar. It's just a reminder. So
Let's head straight into the Q&A then.
yep.
So we have a couple of questions that have dropped in. I think we will begin with this one. What CAD applications are supported for smart platforms?
Good question. Just so for smart platforms, we are supporting. We are CAD agnostic kind of, because this information, it requires only information about part itself and about coordinate system to connect these two parts together, or three parts, etc. So we need coordinate systems and part. And right now I know that for Creo, skeleton Creo from skeleton can be used to replace this information about coordinate systems. So it's kind of simplification only for Creo, but in general it's CAD agnostic.
And then we will move on to this question. What are new reporting options in Windchill 12.1? Is Cognos business reporting still supported / compatible with the Windchill 12.1?
That's a super good question, and yeah, we have really update on this. Sorry, I just need to. Uh, we have new strategy for reporting. I want to show you a slide. Let me. It was not covered in my presentation, but I have, yeah, reporting.
Would you like us to take
Yep.
another question in between?
No, I'm ready to cover. So basically what we are doing, we are replacing Cognos with Jasper. And right now we are working. This version, latest version, supports only Jasper. And it was transitional period when Cognos and Jasper were supported both, and right now we are transferring fully to Jasper. So starting from version 12, our customer, they have to transfer and jump to Jasper. I hope this helped.
Yes.
And answered the question.
Absolutely. So if we move on to the next question, how does Windchill 12.1 differ from Windchill Plus?
Repeat once more, 12.1.
Yeah, how does it differentiate from Windchill Plus?
So basically, the right now there is no difference, because Windchill Plus is right now Windchill Plus is the latest Windchill available, and in future Windchill Plus will be latest and greatest. So the strategy to have it to be latest and greatest.
And let's see, we have another one here. Is Windchill 12.1 available in PTC Cloud, the SaaS version, and not on premises?
Windchill 12 12.1.2 available on cloud, but yeah, there is some limitation right now for SQL server, and so please reach out to your salespeople so that we can support to understand if it's possible. But in general, we recommend to use Oracle, and with Oracle, it's okay. Absolutely, it's available on cloud. And by the way, just to make a difference, on cloud solution, it doesn't mean that it's SaaS solution or Windchill Plus. Yeah. So we have managed service solution, or it could be even some infrastructure to the service provided by our partners. So this is a different, just to understand the situation.
Great. And then we'll move on to the next questions. How are parts, components, locations captured in smart platforms?
Yeah, super good, interesting question. So it's it captured with coordinate system coordinate location. So you in addition to part design, you have to define the system coordinate for two parts. For example, you have chassis and you have a tank, and then you have to define system coordinate for tank and for chassis, and it could be couple locations, couple system coordinate where you can attach this tank. That's how it captured, and it's separated from design, so it's the same part, but it can be attached to different location.
Great. And let's see, we have a question about if inseparable assemblies work with assemblies from third-party CAD tools.
uh, yes, it works, and it's kind of, yeah, I didn't mention this, but it's worth to mention that it brings additional value because some suppliers are working with third-party CAD tools, and in this case, you might even don't want to go into this CAD information. You just want to use it as a one inseparable assembly. So thank you for this question. Yeah, that I missed this.
Okay, fantastic. That was all of the questions for this time. So thank you very much, Dina, for this great presentations, and I'm really looking forward to the next one on Thursday.
Me too. Thank you for coming and asking your questions.
Thank you very much. So have a fantastic day now, and we'll see you, all of you on Thursday. Bye.
Bye.